Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts and our silly battleship-only campaign. Year is now 1923, and we are, at the current moment, desperately kind of trying to get new ships built. We'll get officially started up here in a moment. Hope everyone's day is going well. Uh, there we go. Uh, uh. Alright. Let's see. Do we have room for more boats? Don't remember if I was refitting anything at the moment. We already have all those under construction. I know that the next class was being built en masse. Because we kind of desperately need more battleships that can detect and destroy enemy submarines. I will be eventually going... I might actually do that now with some of these older vessels. Like the Falcon class. We made some technological leaps, but every fleet has a Falcon class, so yeah. We're gonna convert her for anti-submarine warfare. Which is gonna take quite a bit. Or honestly, probably not that much. Alright, so let's adjust her armor values. She's gonna need a single torpedo launcher, so put that in the back. Don't know why she's got a weight offset. Is it these turrets? No, that just made it worse. Oh wait, I didn't get rid of this one. Yeah, it was those turrets. There we go. Alright, let's see if we can push her up to the new armor values that we're working with. Yeah, we can push her up to the new armor values. And up armor the 2-inch guns a little bit more. Increase the length on the 2-inch guns, make them a little bit more accurate. She has a bit of free space, but I'm honestly going to leave that free space. Actually, I can, for the time being, increase her range. Yeah, we'll give her some extra range for now. We're going to go through and give as much of our fleet the ability to start hunting destroyers as we can. We're not going to go through and massively overhaul everything, because that's not the plan. What we're basically going to do is just go through, give ships the ability to counter submarines because now we know that they are active. We know the enemy has active submarine presences. So we're just gonna take some of our older vessels that we can stick some shit onto. And also just try to buff them up a little bit. Because a lot of these don't have a good weight. Especially with the engine that they're currently using, which is the steam triple expansion, which is a big-ass engine. The gas turbine engine is so much smaller, saves so much space. Get an auxiliary 2 engine, shaft 2. Electric steering works for me. Corrupt 3. Oh, I forgot to upgrade the armor on the Falcon. Whatever. Good enough. Upgrade to Dreadnoughts, so that way then you're less likely to explode in a fiery explosion. What guns are you using? You're using 11-inch guns. I guess you can have Conic 4. RDF. 12, 6, and 6. 8, and 5, and 5. Oh, you already have 10 and 8 on the superstructure. 2 on the inner belt. It does not need to be 5. Alright, how much weight do we still have to play with? A little bit. First, torpedo launcher. "19-inch torpedo. Secondary guns, we'll go with 8-inch. Pair of 8-inch guns on the lower deck here. Provide some additional fire support. And I can stick another one here. It's a little ridiculous, but it works. A little ridiculous, but it does work. So, it's not ridiculous. It's only ridiculous if it doesn't let you do it. Anyway, can we jump back up the range a bit? Yeah, we can jump up the range a little bit. That'll, take up some of the space, but that's fine. As long as our ships start having the ability to detect submarines, that's good enough. If they can kill them, that's great. But for the most part, when it comes down to submarines in this game, as long as you can detect a submarine, the submarines will flee. You don't even need to be able to kill them. You just need to be able to spot them and know that they're there. Bella class as well. We have a couple of these in service. Oh, that's not nice. Telling me these things can't fit anymore. Where are they colliding on? Oh, they're colliding on the boat itself. Well, sadly can't put them there anymore. Auxiliary engine, Corrupt 3 armor, gas turbines, shaft 2, barbette 5, anti-torp 3, double the hull, anti-flood 2, Dunite, acoustics, hydro. You're still 9-inch gun carrier, so you're gonna get conic and RDF. All right, let's work on your oh Jesus, that is thin there. Let's work on your armor. Okay, let's not make these any longer than they currently are. All right, 12 inches on the belt. 2 and 2. 2 and 2 on the inside. 6 on the fore, 6 on the aft. 8 main deck. 5 aft and fore deck. 10 and 8. And that upgrades her protection quite a bit. Not by much, mind you, but it does upgrade her protection quite a bit. And stick a pair of 2 inchers in those casemate slots. And those should be able to somewhat function as the ones that we had to replace there. And now for the butt torpedo launcher. There we go. Upgraded to a 19-inch torpedo. Doesn't need all that much ammo. Can I put our bets on this thing? No mounts. Yeah, I guess I can't put one anywhere on this. Be funny if I could, though. I know I can put an our casemate up here. I guess I'll install a couple of casemate 2-inch guns. They aren't going to be great, mind you. But, I guess it'll be a nice little addition to have. Let's jump up your range a bit, so that way then you can actually participate in battles that are slightly farther away from port. We can make a slight comeback on some of our ships that we had to sacrifice a lot for in order to get them up to 20 knots. Because a lot of these ships with gas turbines, you can get quite a bit of space back. I honestly probably should have stuck with gas turbines on my 1895 run. Because, damn, were those, you save a lot of weight with a gas turbine engine. There are downsides to the gas turbine engine, but it is by far as I know, one of the smaller engines to stick on a boat. Let's see, do I spend time swapping these out? I'm not actually, we should finally have room for the, Sniffums class to finally have some fucking, bite to it. We can go with a dual configuration, maybe? Yeah, it just barely fits. Unless we switch over to Dunite, then it doesn't fit. I haven't even upgraded the armor. So I guess we'll keep these as the 1-inch configuration. I mean, 1-barrel configuration for the main guns. Oh yeah, our inner belt is also just straight up that. Yeah, we're not gonna have much space for anything else at that rate. Downgrade the side guns from triples to dual configuration? I don't know. It's kind of silly like this. I think it's a silly little boat. Does it need all the armor upgrades? Probably, desperately, more than likely, but yeah, ain't got much. Yeah, I'm gonna downgrade these dual configuration side mounts. Save on a bit of weight. That way then I can actually do the vital armor updates. Alright. Yeah, that takes up basically all the armor. Torpedo launcher? If I leave it as a 16-inch, I don't think I'm going to be able to fit as anything more than a 16-inch torpedo. Even with reduced ammo. Aft weight offset. Okay, the aft end is apparently pretty heavy, so we're going to stick this one on the front, apparently. Yeah, no range increase, but the Sniffins class is back now with some more firepower. The Sniffins class is making a comeback, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. I know we spent all of last stream refitting the boats, so I'm not going to spend all the time refitting the boats again. I'm just doing this for ships I know we have a lot of. And by know we have a lot of, I mean I'm just doing it because I'm bored. Anyway, delete that version of the Sniffins class. Let's see. Let's get the ones that are available underway. There are ones at sea, which we're not going to recall. Because right now we're trying to piss off the Germans. No, we're not going to war with them. Sure. Hooray, we finally have an ally. No, I don't want to go to war with the United States. Sloped armor. Man, that would have been nice to have 5 seconds ago. Research. Hull strengthening is traveling along a lot quicker than I would have thought it would without being boosted. We're working on depth charges. I'd rather have hydrophone stations being worked on. Quality control 3. Well, having less ship flaws is definitely nice to have. Oh, I honestly never really noticed ship flaws. Thanks for the depth charges, not really what I was looking for. Yeah, we have a lot of ships being constructed, and a lot of ships just kind of sitting around not doing much. Well, we kind of just harassed the Germans. Let's see. The Soviets and the French are also getting antsy. And these Nexovita warships would definitely be nice to sell to my allies because they're only 10,000 tonnage. They are not that heavy. So they are, like, cheap and easy to sell. Ugh. Okay, some American warships are out here in northern Oceania. I wonder if they're gonna try and take some shit out here. They might. This is kind of the only place they can really take shit. It's the islands. I don't think they have the manpower to be able to take back any of their home territories. They can definitely take these islands, though. My islands, German islands, the French islands, the British islands. If they really wanted to, they could take them. There we go. 2 powder 1. That'll be nice to have on some later ships. Let's see. What gives me anti-submarine warfare? Tactics. Because I know this gives me a... Okay, so this gives me both hydrophone and sonar and defense against submarines. Which we currently have plus 40 and plus 5 attack power. Alright, let's get some more Falcon classes being refitted. Because the Nexus are going to take a while to get pumped out. Because, well, they're small and fairly cheap. It still takes 13 months to build one. I mean, compared to an 80, which is 19 months, a Walmart, which is 18 months, and a Floofy, which is also 18 months. It's a long-ass time to get those built. So it's easier just to order up refits. Of the existing warships. Also ordering up some new ones to go along with them. We're not fighting France. Denmark wants a cyber-class battleship. That would put me over tonnage. Sorry, Denmark. That definitely would put me over tonnage, Argentina. Finances, politics, proof relations with the French. Honestly, we probably could go to war with the Soviets more just so that way then I can get Sarawak. Especially now that they've been crippled. Their ground army is at 26% logistics. Ours is at 34%, so yeah, their ability to win a land war with us is fairly small, which is my main concern because they don't have really any ports in the area other than Sarawak. So yeah, most of their attacks will be just land invasions. Let's see. Let's go back to boosting relations with the Americans. Well, the Americans lost their battleships. That's not good for them. I'm guessing one of the boats just finished, or nope. Our amount of warships being worked on in our dry dock Oh, we must have finished a ship for someone else. That's what we did. We have a couple of orders still going. Let's see. Can we afford to get another one going? Yeah, we can afford to get another one going. We can run a couple of these. Getting the Navy updated so that way then it's ready and raring to go. In case I need to dispatch them anywhere else. Mass-produced war submarine. Thanks. I'm not gonna build any, but you know, good to know we have them. So then we know how the enemy will use them, probably. Ship design, get 2 more under production. Yeah, that should be fine. Oh, a couple of the Nexus just finished production. Back to improving relations with everybody else. How's our economy doing? Well, it's definitely not as big as the German economy, that's for sure, but it is bigger than the Russian one. Bigger than the Austro-Hungarians, not France. Bigger than Italy is definitely bigger than America's. And bigger than Spain. Spain is down to 1 province with 2 ports. Yeah, all they have left is northern Spain. Good luck, Spain. That is literally your last province. You gotta build some boats, man. Oh. Yeah, they're not in a great situation. They're at war with everyone. Good luck, Spain. Oh, I should have ordered up more refits because we had a whole bunch of openings for ships. Oh, hey, we have battle cruisers now. Another development which we're not going to touch. We are working on better armor. And what's this? Advanced structural steel. That's going to give us some new tech to work with. We now have 15-inch guns, and we're working on 16-inch guns. Again, they're not really going to be much for us. I'd honestly kind of rather have the naval communications, more just to push our maximum amount of ships I can have in a fleet. Get the rest of the Falcons being refitted that are still in port. Any of the Sparkies that are laying around in a port, get them refitted. Any of the Bellas sitting around, get them refitted. Any of the Sniffums laying around, get them refitted. Just take some money and go, France. You're like one of the... You were next on the list. Stop trying to push yourself up the list. Yeah, we have 16 of the Nexavita class now. I think that's enough of those for now to fill out the fleet for the time being. Let's build some of the other warships that we have available that are smaller. Let's build a couple more Birch-class vessels. We can fit in a couple of those. Show up in Tingen. And again, once these guys are done commissioning, we will dispatch them out to go and join up with other ships. Send in official protest. I don't care for double turrets on light cruisers. Let's improve relations with America because they're honestly the closer and a more immediate threat. Oh, we did manage to finish one of the Onyx-class vessels. Alright, let's see here. Yeah, one of the Onyx classes is done. Let's see, you already have a boat. Do you guys already have a, Yeah, you already have an Nexavita class. I guess I'll distribute a couple more Nexavita classes so then fleets have more than just one of them. Don't think these guys down here have one, so I'll dispatch another one down there. And you two can go join up with these guys over here. No, we're not going to war with Spain. Sweden wants an Alice-class battleship, sure thing. Argentina wants an 80-class battleship, fine. Improve relations with the French once again. I think the other Sparky class vessel is currently out and about. Class. Sparky class would be down here. Yeah, the other Sparky, the Changbo, is currently at sea. So that's why we can't refit that one. But yeah, we're slowly getting ships finished up. I guess I'll deploy you guys out here. Is the Dutch still allied? Yeah, they're still allied with the Germans, so I will get you guys on deployment there. see, do I have any other squadrons in the Pacific Theater at the moment? No, it looks like I am going to have to found another squadron. Looks like I don't have any ships. Any other squadrons on deployment. Brazil signed a special alliance with the Soviets. We're now up to 65 functional battleships, which is nice. Means that we have 41% army logistics. However, the Soviets are also catching up on us with 39%. That's something I don't like. Luckily, we have more ships under construction, but still. Not very comfortable lead. Which means I will need to put some more ships into production. Some more of our older, smaller vessels that are easier to produce some multiples of. Go back to status. Engine will be your port. You do not get to be named the Birch. It will be the Flutter. That puts a couple more warships into production. I'll take the money. Send an official protest. Sweden wishes to order a Nexovita class battleship. Sure thing. Denmark wants a Sparky class battleship. Yeah, hope you guys are ready for another war with the Soviets, because I've been giving you guys quite a bit. There we go. Yeah, you have 2 battleships there, 4 battleships there, none there. You have 1 battleship over here, none there, and none there. Sweden has 0 there, 2 there, 1 there, 4 there, 2 there, none there, none there, 1 there, 3 there. We're slowly expanding the fleet. Which ones did I put into production? The Birch and the Alice class. Alright, so we'll make refits for the Birch. We'll modify the refits for the Birch and Alice class next, since I'm already going to have to refit those ones that are coming off the slipways. Might as well refit them now. So that way then they're, when I go to refit the ones that are being built, not the ones that we currently have on deployment, they will receive the upgrades. Gas turbine engines. Didn't honestly save as much weight on this one as we've done with the other ones. Switch over to Dunite. Give it hydroacoustics, stereoscopic rangefinder 5, RDF. Oh yeah, tube powder. Forgot that we upgraded our powder complements. Increase the inner belt to 2 inches. Now then it can take a bit more punishment. Upgrade the deck armor. To start being able to actually take some punishment. Jesus Christ, her engine efficiency is through the goddamn roof. Guess she can have some range back now. Give her a single underwater torpedo launcher with reduced ammo. Now she can defend herself against submarines and shit. Yeah, I think that's about it in terms of what I want to do to it. Isn't really much to do to the Alice class here. Come on, game. There you go. And we'll also work on the Birch class, so that way then it can have a little bit more terms of functionality. Hydroelectric steering, upgrade the barbettes. For better anti-torpedo capabilities, gunite, 2 powder, acoustics, hydro 1, conic 4, upgrade the deck, upgrade the inner belt and the inner deck, upgrade that to 5. And move this forward. So then I can fit a barbette here. Do these fit on the other barbette? On this barbette? That one's a little too big. Do you fit on this one? No, you don't. Okay. Just this one as far as I can tell. The Birch class gets worse and worse every day. Put a torpedo launcher on the back to balance out the weight a bit. It ain't much, but you know, it probably helps a little. But anyway, now it has an additional gun, so now it has even more 9-inch firepower to try and sink enemy ships with. The Birch is such a heavy warship. Alright, let's increase. Okay, nope, never mind. We'll keep the range as is. I do think it is funny, though. She's up to 1,428 crew now. Get rid of the old Birch refit. At least we won't have to refit the Birch and the Alice for a bit. Now that they have full-on refits available. Let's see, any of them currently within port? The Alice and the Pack are actually both within port at the moment, so we can get them refitted. And none of the Birches are currently within port. We'll threaten the Soviet Union. Oil-fired burners, and Dreadnought 3 is now available. And coincidence rangefinder 5. Well, I guess you're going to be diverted to go and handle the Soviet colony over here at Surak. Yeah, their army logistics is at 45, which is annoying. It's just slightly higher than us. I can strike it down a little bit as they redirect ships over here, but that's going to be really the only thing I can do. I can take back some coastal territory if they do anything. Yeah, enemy destroyer sunk and heavy damage to one of our battleships. That is impressive. A single destroyer managed to heavily damage one of my battleships. Alright, naval invasion, choose province, Surak. Yeah, only reason we're doing this is entirely for Surak. That is the entire point of doing this. Yeah, still quite a bit out from getting some more warships on the line. You guys are going to be the foundation of a new fleet. That's mostly just made up of Nexavita classes. Enemy transport. Really? You guys decided to launch the naval invasion over here? Also, which one of you suffered the extreme amount of damage? The 80. Why is the 80 the one that suffered all that damage? Alright, get over here to this port and just get fixed. It's an undersized port for a ship of your size, but Jesus Christ, 99% damage. That's not a good amount of damage. Oh, hey! Just as the 80 leaves. Hello there. An enemy battle group. It's a good thing we had the 80 go home, because this would have been a dangerous battle. You form up in the battle line. So we got the Floofy. We got, I think this is a 80 class. We got the Nexavita. We got the Walmart. Oh wait, no, that one in the front, is that a Walmart or a, yeah, that's a Walmart. You guys, don't do that. Wait, how fast did you guys go 20 minutes? So you, another Nexavita class. We got our stolen Prince George class. Another stolen Prince George class, and another stolen Prince George class. Obviously heavily modified to fit our new standards. Alright, what's the cruising speed on you guys? 13. And what about you? 12. Roughly within the same ballpark. Go abreast, just so that way then we can try and find the enemy. Why is this in the red? All of you should be able to go only 20. Oh yeah, because the Nexo Beta class, they're designed to go faster than 20 knots. I forgot about that. They're technically meant to be operating their own independentness. Yeah, if we can sink these guys, that'll knock down the Russians' army logistics. Damn, the Floofy class can kind of just shoot in a lot of directions. Those back turrets actually have some decent firing arcs. Oh, you guys are almost within torpedo range. I would very much appreciate it if you weren't within their torpedo range. Shit. Avoid torpedoes, gentlemen. And none of these guys, except for the two Nexo class here, are equipped with torpedo detection. You have double hull and anti-torp 3. How are you that flooded? Shit. Reverse. Damn it. Shit. Double shit. Yeah, we took a little bit more damage than I would have liked. Against such a force. Most of it turned out fine. These ships are equipped with our early 14-inch guns, so they're not going to be too accurate. However, they should at least still be able to do some level of being able to hit the actual enemy target. But I very much prefer it if you guys were firing your AP at an armored target. Yeah, he's decently armored. I would like it if you were firing your AP at him. Well, this is the first test of a lot of these warships. And the stolen Prince George ships are definitely proving their mettle. I forgot for the Walmart class, we kind of just stuck these little bits here just to make it look a little nicer. Oh damn! The Floofy lost both of its back turrets. What barbette are you using? You're using barbette 3. You're using a fucking... No, you're using Dunite. It's not exactly... It's not as explosive as puric acid. There we go. There's some flooding damage. That's what we needed to see. We want to sink all of these ships because don't want to let the enemy get away with a boat, along with the fact that oh, you guys are reduced to 12 knots. What about you guys? You could honestly go a bit faster. And then the Rocks is just going home. She got crippled quite a bit by torpedoes. I'm definitely actually gonna send the Floofy to go join with her. Just so that way then these guys can go back to 17 knots. Try to get them a bit closer. Also, we have a new hull to play around with apparently, so we might want to do that at some point. Also, the amount of fucking ammunition we're sending at this thing and not hitting. Like, I know a lot of our ships are just firing 9-inch guns at it, so hitting it isn't exactly going to be our strong suit. But still. I know these guys are equipped with conic rangefinders, so they want to be close range to actually hit the target. The amount of shells we're sending at this guy is ridiculous. Just feel like fire whatever you feel like shooting at them, I guess. If this compartment would flood, we'd have a better chance at catching up with this bastard. Oh yeah, we're at war now. I really should upgrade the training of our crews. Because that's gonna be something that needs to get done. I'm more than sure you're probably within range. We'd have to actually start shooting at that boat. Oh, come on, your guns ain't that short range. 12 kilometers, really? The fucking... These... Not these guys. What's the range on the Prince? Yeah, they're 18. What's the difference between you and them? They have ballastite and puritric acid. You have cordite 2 and dunite. That would probably be the reason why. Now engaged in close range combat with the enemy. Or at least semi-close range combat. Very much more the enemy warship can do. Yeah, there she goes. That'll knock the Russians down a few pegs. Where does that put us in terms of army logistics? That knocked them down a little bit, but we're knocked down a lot harder. Because several of my boats are damaged. Alright, let's move the other damaged ones who suffered the most damage. That would be the rocks. And the other one already went to a port from the looks of it. Yeah, those two went to a port, so we'll leave the rocks at port. Do have some new boats being built. How goes pissing off the Germans? 75%. Yeah, once this island's mined, I'm not really interested in further aggression against the Soviets. They don't really have much in terms of a navy. I can definitely steal a new Soviet battleship. That would be nice to have. Some survivors of the previous battle, I guess, or, well, some reinforcements that they poorly sent here to try and save their little colony that remains in the Pacific. Their little spiteful colony. This will be an interesting test of the next Avita class, actually. Using it as a bit of a scout ship. Yeah. Some of its range penalties probably also come from the fact that its bridge isn't big. What kind of engine are you using? Yeah, you're using regular turbines. We got gas turbines now. If we refit these things with gas turbines, they'd be a lot better. Yeah, bringing the next Avita in close so that way then I can draw in the enemy torpedoes. Or at least to make them easier to spot for the others. What's your ideal cruising speed? 13. You are fairly close to where the enemy is. I don't know why you can't spot them. Probably because of your not great tower. Yeah, I'd rather you guys be careful. Loosen up that formation, please. Yeah, he fired torpedoes. Shit, and it's a hit. At the very least, it's a small hit. It's only a small hit. There's the light cruiser. Swing those guns around, folks. She did drop torpedoes in the water. Yeah, since the next Avita class goes 26 knots, it can somewhat keep up with a ship that can go 30. Especially if it lands a decent hit. And considering it's got a fucking shotgun array of weapons, yeah, as long as it's in close range, it can basically deal a shit ton of damage. Look at that shotgun damage. Shit, those are torpedoes in the water. And her speed allows her to be quite maneuverable, along with her small size. So she is quite useful for dealing with enemy smaller vessels. I'm definitely going to need more of these types of battleships. These little pocket battleships are designed to go toe-to-toe with the enemy lighter vessels. Fleet. A pause on the Shifen. That was not the button I wanted to hit. Pause on the Shifen. We need to get our currently damaged warships back into being operational again. How goes the repairs on the 80? Damage is still 99%. Soviet Union has 2 heavy cruisers heading north. How is it I'm sinking their boats, yet I'm the one taking army logistics losses here? Is it based on... It can't be based on total tonnage, because I have far more tonnage than them. I do also have more provinces than them, so that's also probably why their army logistics is better off than mine. I will agree to a ceasefire with the Soviet Union as they send an entire fleet of warships to come and try and slap me. This is gonna go interesting. Once again, Rock's joined the main squadron next to Vita. You are operating independently. You are operating as the screening vessel. For the moment. Since you're a lot faster than the rest of the fleet. Much preferred to have gotten some ammo first. Yeah, here comes the enemy. Don't know why they sent this one heavy cruiser to basically get killed, especially considering it's carrying 11-inch guns, probably the only guns that could do significant damage. Oh wait, no, this one's also carrying 11s, so I guess they just sent that one out as a sacrifice. Start firing on those destroyers, please. Oh shit, they fired torpedoes. Hard turn! Get some distance. Hard turn back the other way. Ah, shit. Incoming torpedoes. Damn it. Shit. Incoming. Didn't think they'd have the range to be able to fire on my battleship line. I was mistaken. Trying to put the Nexa Vita between the destroyers and the battleship line. At least to get their attention. Alright, it doesn't look like any of these guys have torpedoes left except for the Zork. You gotta take that one out. It's got torpedoes. She no longer has torpedoes. She definitely fired those. Or at least made an attempt to. Yeah, let's get you guys turned around so then you can actually start engaging the enemy heavy cruisers. Oh yeah, I forgot to bump up the fucking budget for the crews. Yeah, Russia did not send its A game. Battleships that way. The Nexa Vitas are heavily armored compared to a lot of their contemporaries in the fleet. 14-inch belt, 7-inch fore and aft belt, 8-inch main deck, 5-inch fore and aft, 12 conning tower, 8 superstructure. Those are becoming pretty standard, but the belt is definitely a lot thicker. How fast are these heavy cruisers? 26.5. So they can kind of keep ahead of the Nexa Vita class. Well, that does kind of go to show that the Nexa Vita class is a very fast little warship. Especially for a battleship. Especially compared to the rest of our fleet, which is all... everybody else is just 20 knots. Which ain't great, but it is still something. So yeah, let's see, 11, 11, and 9. They all have torpedoes. Which ain't great. Are none of you guys within range to shoot at any of these guys? No, you're just taking forever to reload. Oh, there's some flooding damage. think the forward centerline gun has been taken out. There we go, there's some more flooding. See, look at how fucking deadly it is at close range. Definitely can produce a lot more of these to start stationing out as convoy patrol and escort ships. Have to be careful for when that thing fires torpedoes. If it fires torpedoes, that is. The 2-inch guns are definitely trying to help, but there ain't much they can do against heavy cruiser. Now those guys have basically just dipped on this ship. Shit, torpedo. Hard turn, hard turn. All right, we're gonna have to withdraw. Next Savita can't stick around like that. She was running low on ammo anyway. So she is apparently luring these guys into a closer range. We might be able to do some significant damage here. Let's slow down close to your guys' cruising speed. And then you can take some time to try and line up your shots a bit more accurately. First combat of the Nexovita class, like being used in somewhat of its proper role, and it's realistically we'd want to have multiple of them doing that, but I don't have multiple of them at the moment. They're kind of spread throughout the fleet to currently function to mitigate enemy presence in general. Their submarines advantage. If not managed to land a hit on this guy, it's a little annoying. I think at some point one of these rounds would hit him. Yeah, at the current moment, I think they're trying to get around my my fleet here to attack the Nexovita. Yeah, trying to take out Vladimir here because she's got 11-inch guns, which are actually somewhat dangerous to my navy. The 9s are also somewhat dangerous. Oh wait, no, I forgot we sunk the 9 carrier. The 11-inch gun carriers are the only ones that are left. Start targeting this guy since he's mildly closer. Maybe you'll get a lucky shot on him. How are you guys sucking this much at hitting a target? Like, I get a lot of you guys are equipped with pretty shitty rangefinders. What's your sight system? Stereoscopic 3. It's not that bad. Oh, hey, one of you landed a hit. It didn't do much, but one of you landed a hit. Just seeing the little turrets slowly click over as they try to line up shots. Yeah, they are attempting to return fire. We have managed to land quite a few hits. Fair, we're still using Mark 114s on these Walmart class, so well, they pack a punch. Their accuracy remains much to be desired. All right, I want secondary guns focused on him, primary guns on the Vladimir. Do not allow the Vladimir to get away. Secondary guns should be more than enough to deal with the remains of the what are you? The Admiral Nikov. Yeah, that's a name. Those were words. Secondary guns should be more than capable of knocking the crew out. Yeah, because these guys are equipped with 7-inch secondaries, so those should be more than sufficient to deal with a heavy cruiser. The 5-inch gun's definitely not as much, but they're trying. They're putting in some effort. Hey, you guys damaged my boats. I do not accept that. So therefore, you must suffer heavy casualties before I let you go. these guys are just ablaze now. Man, they won't be afloat for much longer. Vladimir's gone. And the Nekhumarov. Because that's a word. Totally, that's how that's pronounced. Yeah, that's not going to last too much longer either. Whether by either crew loss or it just burns to death. Yeah, there she goes. Structural damage. I have not seen a ship split in half in a long while in this game. Originally, you could split a ship in half. I don't know if they removed that feature or not, but oh, Spain has been dissolved. Let's see, have you been repaired yet? You're only at 87%. What about you guys? You're at 0% damage. Why are you still repairing? Put a pause on you as well, just so we don't have some dockyard capabilities. And immediately throw this budget into the fucking everything. More expansion. No, we're not going to war with the United States. However, I will... Oh, I can only take one... I can only claim one Russian battleship. Let's see. You have an 11-inch gun. You are the same class, but in a worse condition. Same class. We'll take the ridiculously named one. And the money. So anyway, now we're at war with the Germans. What? What do you mean? Our war is over. Fuck off. I stole your battleship fair and square. What the fuck am I looking at here? What the fuck were the Russians on when they made this boat? That's apparently not even legal. Alright, first off, we're clearing out all these casemate guns. We'll keep the 8-inch guns at the moment. You know, we'll refine the Russians' silly little idea they had going here. This is a pretty ridiculous looking boat already. Already switching over to geared turbines and forced engine efficiency. 20 knots. More bulkheads. More crew. Switch you over to being the first of the ships to receive semi-oil. And you're a stolen vessel, so that'll be nice to have. Corvette far. Better torpedo protection, reinforced bulkheads, anti-flood. We'll leave your cap ballistic shells. We'll put in nose fuse HE. Standard ratio. Increased ammo. You have torpedo launchers. Where? All right, we're gonna leave the one in the back. Remove the one in the front. Just to pull the weight backwards. Just to continue the Russians' weird stupidity that was going on here. Actually, I know exactly what I could do. I can leave this gun here, and then just grab that, turn it around, and install this. Oh, this is getting ridiculous. Stereoscopic 4. RDF. 12 inches of armor. Damn, if we ever saw these things, they would probably honestly melt. Actually, since we've seen quite a few of my turrets get destroyed, we're going to increase the barbette at least. I still have a 1-inch gun, so... Oh, yep, I have one on a hat. There's a hat. Turret hat. Alright, we're going to downgrade these back to 11-inch guns. Downgrade these back to 8-inch guns. That'll give them a better field of fire. And as for you, we're going to just temporarily store you over here. Where can I put you for a bit so then you don't disappear on me? Yeah, I'm just going to delete you. Barbette. Now I can bring this gun back. Now those two guns can actually function together instead of not functioning at all together. Can I increase to 12? Yes, I can now increase that to 12. How far back can I move this? Damn it. Hit the limit. I hit the limit on how many main guns I can have on a boat. I'm gonna grade these to 1.5-inch guns just because I think it's funny. And there we go. You wouldn't even recognize that this was once an AI design. It's now been heavily refitted. Look at her now. Probably should get it off of puric acid before it ends up exploding. When it comes down to the captured enemy warships, they are going to look cursed. To some degree. You guys, I'm gonna send to... Oh, that's where that it's sent to. I'm guessing it doesn't have enough crew to function, and that's why it's suspended. Oh wait, no, that's... Wait, why is that suspended? Is it because we just got it? Oh, it's because it was being built. It never finished construction. It wasn't even done being built. Well, I'm gonna work on finishing up repairs to what is currently in service. All right, yeah, we probably should be doing our naval invasions of the Germans before they launch any ground attacks, because that's one of the major worries I have, because they do have one piece of territory on my mainland soil, and I don't want them launching a ground attack from it. Ugh. Oh, we have triple bottom now. Oh, well, that's a free invasion against Indonesia. We're gonna take it. The Floofy is fixed, so send her out immediately. And we'll take up less space on our already somewhat taken up space dockyards. Let's see. Politics. Germans begin a naval invasion of... I think it's Kichitu Bay is what it's called. Yeah, there it is. We take that. That secures my homeland from any foreign invaders. I may have to dispatch these guys a little sooner than I planned because it's gonna be a bit before their the rest of their ships are built. And we're stalled out a little bit on the construction at the moment. Yeah, I guess we'll have to cut back on research a little bit, just so that way then we can have some funding. That is quite literally almost my entire money, France. Fuck you. Fucking France. So where is the, you guys get in the line, where is the Nexovita is out for repairs, so the Zitkin is operating as our Nexovita for today. Yeah, I'm gonna have to work on its steering because, yeah, it's not great. Now, these ships should be fairly out of date. Usually, minor nations don't have the most up-to-date warships, considering they have to buy them from their allies. Assume abreast formation. Oh, it got torpedoes off. Third. Well, at least it was a dud. Another torpedo wave. Damn it. Front torpedo detonated. Yeah, that's one of the problems with having underwater torpedo launchers. They blow up a big hole in the fucking boat if they detonate. I think the 2-inch gun would be able to somewhat keep up with this thing. Yeah, that thing had 2 fucking torpedo launchers on it, doesn't it? Yeah, it has a front one and an aft one. It's gonna be hard to stay in its fucking blind spot. Main blind spot would actually be the front due to where the torpedo launcher is mounted. Because there's a lip there. No, actually, that is full deck, so it would be able to fire over the front of the ship. There it goes. Alright. Zixen is surprisingly still functional. Her front 3 compartments have flooded, but she is still able to maintain 26 knots, apparently. Barely able to maintain 26 knots, but 26 knots nonetheless. Well, the Floofy class is back in action with its Gunite and Cordite propellant. And Barbette 3. Yeah, I'm gonna have to increase the thickness on a lot of these turrets as Barbettes, apparently, because 10 inches is no longer sufficient, apparently. Oh no, never mind. You're only able to maintain 21 knots. I just can't see the red line because it's hidden underneath the arrow. Unfortunate, considering those cruisers can go 29 knots. Alright, this is kind of a preview of what the fucking Germans are going to be using. I think Indonesia's been allied with Germany for a bit, so these are probably German warships. Yeah, they definitely look German. The turret design is, I'm pretty sure, the German turret caps. What are these guys fielding? 9.1-inch guns. Yeah, not bad. Not bad. I'm annoyed we can't fucking hit the damn things. They are definitely not slouching. Oh, that's a fire. Trying to get behind him with my faster battleship, my little pocket battleship. Probably should add a couple of casemate 2-inch guns on top, so that way then it has a little bit more support fire to deal with smaller warships. very least, their smaller caliber guns don't tend to pierce our armor. Oh, that was a torpedo detonation. It was definitely one of the underwater ones, considering, yeah, that one's damaged. Fortunately, it wasn't a flooding hit. Trying to keep all the guns on target. I think with Mark III 13-inch guns, we'd be able to hit the target more consistent, even with our out-of-date rangefinder. Oh, there's a flooding hit. That's what we've been waiting for. Oh, second flooding hit. Oh, third flooding hit. Managed to finally finish up off those two compartments. Oh, her engine's been hit. Start targeting the next one. She's crippled and not going much of anywhere. We can send the next Levita to go and hunt her down. I mean the Zinzixen. She has a lot of firepower and is able to do quite a bit of damage at point blank. I want you guys to prevent that heavy cruiser from getting away. To be fair, we can honestly let this heavy cruiser get away. We do not need to be killing it. In fact, we're gonna save on ammunition, guys. Stop firing ammunition. Secondary batteries can open up on this other heavy cruiser if you want, but I don't want you guys focusing on that ship at the moment and wasting ammo. If you guys think you can hit that guy, feel free to make the attempt. Yeah, I'm guessing you guys don't have much of a chance at hitting him, even in his heavily damaged state. Oh, yeah, there they go now. He's trying to rendezvous with his boys, so he's gonna get closer to us. There we go, now we're in range. Yeah, the other one is just circling about. I don't think he's going to be able to do much. Start turning this way so that way then you can start reflecting a few more hits. And also making sure you're not driving straight into his torpedo range, which you are definitely doing. Alright, gentlemen, we're going home. If he wants to try and chase us down, that's fine, but I'm not bothering with him any further. Yeah, Walmart class is still using our Mark 114s, which have already been considered outdated now because we have Mark 214s. Usually I don't add Mark 1 guns to ships unless it's like the very beginning of a campaign because you ain't got much other choice in the matter, but go away, man. You really don't want to come over here. Trust me. We are armed to the teeth. I just want to save what's left of my ammunition. We're letting you live to fight another day, man. Go away. Yeah, this is a pretty deadly warship, though. I'll give them that. This is German in design. They got Mark 49 guns, which is pretty deadly to even our warships. Mark 3 5s, Mark 3 3s, Mark 3 deck torpedo tubes, and Mark 3 underwater torpedo tubes. They have geared turbines. They're fully oil-fueled. They have auxiliary 2 engines, balanced rudders, electric steering, Krupp 4, barbette 2, anti-torque 3, hull bottom single, reinforced bulkhead 2, anti-flood 3, Citadel 4, increased HE, Cordite 2, TNT 2, electrical 1, enhanced, fast, 19-inch, reduced. It is only firing light shells, though, so its ability to pierce armor is going to be not great. Alright. Alright, he's actually just shooting at us. Just fine, shoot at him. Is he trying to hunt down the other ship? He might be trying to hunt down the other ship. Yeah, now she's fucked. Now she's fucked up. to be very careful about this because she does have torpedo launchers. Again, the Nexovita class proving to be a lot more useful than what what it was originally intended for. Because originally it was just intended for submarine, anti-submarine duties. It wasn't really intended for it to perform as a fast attack battleship. Which is what I'm going to refer to it as for now. The fast attack battleship. Ow. I'm sure we'll evolve this concept as it goes along, try to get them to go faster. Give them more durability. She is suffering a bit in terms of damage. She does appear to have fired torpedoes potentially, so we're gonna turn just in case. Just in case that wasn't an ammo detonation on those torpedoes. Fire some shells at it. There she goes. Yeah, that's gonna have to go back to a port for repair. She definitely took quite the beating, there. Oh, I'll take another, free invasion. The next of you on the rocks can go join up here. The 80 is still under repair. Once we finish up this, Jesus Christ, 6? It's estimated 6? Alright, I'm gonna need to redeploy one of you guys. Yeah, I'm gonna send you guys over here to do that. As for the Pacific Theater over here, we're just gonna kind of ignore shit over here and hope that the Germans don't do anything. That is basically our strategy for there. Just ignore it and hope nothing happens. How are the docks doing? We can resume a couple of them. I don't think we can resume... Oh, no, we can resume those. The Nelvin is 3 months out from repair. 80 is still 5 months out from repair. We are making a bit of money again, so I'm gonna put some of that back into the research. Not too much of it actually, because we still need to be increasing our funds. Oh, you know what? I should have started another naval invasion. Ugh. Ugh. The fun of just sitting here and waiting for the game to tick over. So yeah, we're gonna get quite a lot of shit here. There's quite a lot of territory to take from the Germans down here in the Pacific. They have lost a bit of territory since we started this campaign down here in the Pacific to other people, which we'll probably have to take back at some point. Advanced electrical turrets. Improved submarine propellers. That's irrelevant. Minesweeping. More free invasions of the Netherlands. Politics, naval invasion. Bismarck Archipelago, which I... Oh, no, never mind. It's this one over here. You'll have to move over here. Why is the invasion over there? Get over there, you idiots. Alright, you guys, I need you to launch. I'll send you reinforcements. But I need you down here. See any more ships? No, and then we have the one that's hanging out in Milan, the Nelvin. Yeah, we're gonna seize quite a bit of territory. It's not gonna have much value to us, but it will be quite a lot of territory. Yeah, unfortunately, our armory logistics are sinking. And we still have 2 months before the 2 Birch classes I put under construction are done being built. And they have a submarine group torpedoing my ship. Bastards. By the way, I am going to put up a poll on the Discord what you guys would like to have as well for me to stream. There's a couple of things that I am interested in streaming, but I'd like to gauge your guys' interest in those. So make sure to join the Discord if you want to participate in those polls. Oh, hey. The Dutch have a fleet here. We've fought a lot more Dutch ships and Indonesian ships than we've fought German vessels. I'm sure the Germans have something on their way to try and slap us. For just, going to war with them. For right now... Oh, they are well within range. Cruising speed. What is cruising speed? 12 knots. This will be the first Battle of the Onyx class battleship. You guys, go this way. Slow down to what's your ideal cruising speed? 13. 13, go this way. Turn hard. You boys, want you out there pulling in some fire. Shit, incoming! Avoid torpedoes, damn it. Jesus Christ, those two torpedoes just homed in on the fucking chunk. This is not gonna be fun if the fucking Onyx in its first battle gets torpedoed to death, which it is very much being. Yeah. There goes the Onyx. Well, we're already on to the Onyx too. Shit. Avoid torpedoes, please. Yeah, you two, I want screening the, them. Yeah, that's the first ship we've had sunk in a while. And as usual, it's because we're fucking surrounded by an enemy kamikaze group of torpedo vessels. Loosen up that formation, boys. Get out of there. A lot of these are older vessels, so yeah, this is gonna be a lot of close range fighting. Yeah, we've unfortunately lost the most powerful ship in this squadron, though. You know how expensive that thing was? Fucking pricks. Gotta build another one now. How the fuck did they manage to take it down? Well, other than the fact they pounded it with goddamn torpedoes. Yeah, it only had anti-flood 2, anti-torp 3, which is pretty decent, but yeah, she was doomed. She was designed with the same line of thinking as the next class, next Alita class. Heavy armor and fuck ton of and some torpedoes. That's about all she was equipped with. Yeah, your suicide charge only got you one of our most powerful ships, but our smaller ships, our older ships, are more than capable of dealing with such a squadron when the numbers are similarly-ish in size. They were just lucky that the fucking Onyx was in front and that they were as at close range as they were. Still taking a while for the Onyx to sink, so, you know. Shows some of its remaining durability there. At the very least, she'll remain floating hopefully long enough for us to collect survivors. Though she is still sinking beneath the waves. Yeah, she's not going to remain afloat for much longer. Even with all those torpedo holes, she managed to stay afloat for quite a while. I'm assuming these are the same cruisers we were fighting before. Yeah, they are. All the same make and model. Yeah, the Germans were investing quite a bit. And the Dutch's defenses. What's the range on the Blursky class? 16. I forget which class this is. No, it's not Sniffham's class due to the configuration that's going on there. Yeah, because that's a Sniffham's class, the Hawk there. That's a Sniffham's class. Yeah, they have light penetrating shells, so they're not going to be able to do too much to us. They got us a bit outgunned here, even with their light shells. It's gonna be quite the hassle. Yeah. When these guys get their engine upgrades, it's definitely, that extra weight space is definitely going into the armor. Because they are very lightly armored compared to every other modern ship we have these days. No, we caused a little bit of damage on that one. I might just auto-resolve it. It's only 3 heavy cruisers on 9 of my battleships. I'm not sure how well the auto-resolve will take that, though. Very least I can try to chase them off. Unfortunately, we don't have any Nexovitas in this fleet to try and chase them down with. Everything in this fleet goes 20 knots and no faster. Cruising speed is 13-ish. Still haven't managed to land a goddamn hit. So you've only managed to land 4 hits. Good job. Yeah, let's see. We've landed 798 hits. How many hits have we actually landed on these heavy cruisers? 43 on you, 2 on you, 5 on you. If we do enough damage on the lead ship, that'll slow them down. That requires doing quite a bit of damage and facial reconstruction of the enemy vessel. This ship isn't firing, so what the hell is damaging my boat? Oh, this one is firing its 3-incher at us. Turn the line around. There we go, a flooding hit. That'll slow her down. Never mind, that is a very pathetic level of flooding. Oh, for God's sake, please be using your fucking armor-piercing shells. You guys are chasing them, so I don't care what shells you're using. But you guys are the ones trying to actually do some damage to knock them down a bit. You're gonna need your armor-piercing shells to get through that. Having my fucking naval group waste all of their ammunition on this shit. These ships would be dead by now if the Onyx hadn't been fucking sunk in the first 5 minutes of the engagement due to torpedo spam. That's gonna be an annoying thing because I know full well that when the Germans show up, it's gonna be a torpedo spam fleet with probably a handful of battleships. Which is an eventuality we always need to prepare for because that's what it's been the past several times we've fought an enemy country. They're not around for like the first half of the war, and then suddenly they bring a torpedo spam fleet and just suicide charge in with no regard for safety. Oh wait, no, this is an Exovita class. You detach. Full speed. Probably how you managed to survive so well amongst all those enemy plate ships. Alright, managed to score another flooding hit. Turn broadside. Start firing on the next one. I want to slow him down next. You may have quite a few knocked out turrets, but you still have quite a bit of firepower left in you. Secondary batteries, open fire on that already damaged vessel. Shit, torpedo, inbound. More torpedoes. Frickin' bastards. Let's get off a couple of torpedoes. Closing in on this heavy cruiser. Come on now. Just take your medicine. Which is you know, death. Yeah, if the German Navy has battle cruisers and fucking battleships like this, we are kind of fucked. Because, again, a lot of our Navy is still made up of these more outdated ships. Not referring to the Brewski. The Brewski's pretty modern, but, I'm more referring to the Linns, the Stiffhams. They're just older, out-of-date hulls. Alright, I'll be right back. I gotta go use the bathroom real quick. I'm sure these guys should be able to more than handle one heavy cruiser. Alright, I'm back. Where do you go? How the fuck you get all the way over there? Jesus Christ, how do you do so much damage to the Chun? You get out of here. Alright, what's your damage history? 5-inch hits, lost one crew. Main gun. Belt penetration. Engine 1 damaged. Yeah, I don't see what damaged it. Suffered quite a few hits. Man, I left them alone for 5 seconds. And they go and get themselves severely injured. And these 3-inch guns aren't gonna do much with them. I can at least annoy him. I can at least annoy him and draw his fire. He is coming in for a full broadside, probably trying to line up his underwater torpedo launchers. Considering what we've seen from these heavy cruisers, I'm starting to feel like we were not well prepared for this war. Was her torpedoes destroyed, or did she fire them? yeah, your front turret's blasted out. Your cruising speed is 12. Alright, let's get that gun turret swung around. Use what remains of your AP ammunition. There we go. There she goes. Fucking hell. I left for 5 seconds and we nearly lost another battleship. What did the Germans just do? I assume they're launching an... Oh. I don't know where the Germans are actually launching an invasion of. I can see they're launching an invasion there. Argentina is attacking southern Brazil again. Good for you, Argentina. It's not worked out for you yet, but you're welcome to keep trying. I am going to have to dispatch some ships to just start operating to keep the waters secured. Yeah, and this is a 3-month invasion here of the Bismarck Archipelago, so that won't take too long. And then we can invade German New Guinea. These other invasions are going to take a while, though, apparently. Alright, were you the guys that just got fucking butts handed to you? No. Who was the squadron just got their asses handed to you? I know it wasn't you. Was it you guys? Yeah, it was you guys. Alright, well, we gotta get another Onyx into production. Taijin. The Onyx 2. And we're in massive debt. So that's probably not going to get built anytime soon. Politics. Again, I don't care for a war with the Americans. Soviet Union, I don't really want to go to war with. I would very much like to not go to war with the French. I would very much like it if they stopped demanding money from me. Hello there. You have found my little group that was coming down here in hopes of the fact that there wouldn't be anything over there. Fun. At least we're not point blank with the fucking enemy this time. Alright, these are all Nexo Vita class. So we're actually gonna move all of these over into this squadron. You guys are gonna be abreast, but you are gonna screen the battleship. Can't go losing another Onyx class battleship That is strategically unacceptable. What's your cruising? 12 knots. You do have side launch torpedo launchers. A single side launch torpedo launcher. Why did I install that? Yeah, those are the bigger target right now. Those destroyers. I would much rather have them dead. These guys are basically here to just harass. Shit. Torpedoes inbound. Watch out, boys. Remember your jobs, gentlemen. You're to take the hits that are meant for the Onyx. Incoming. Keep your formation loose, gentlemen. Avoid those torpedoes when they are coming in. You guys should have more than enough warning. And more than enough speed to avoid them. Let's see, those destroyers still packing. Let's see, what about you guys? That lead one is still packing, so I'd very much like that lead one to go. Oh, she's fired. Oh, we did fire a torpedo back at them. Not that it'll do much of anything, but, you know, we did fire a torpedo at them. We can at least pretend that it was useful. Oh, shit. Torpedo nearly hit the battleship. Alright, recall you guys back over here. I know these light cruisers are an annoyance, but I would like them dead, but I also need you to prevent those heavy cruisers from getting into torpedo range as well. You've already heavily damaged those guys. I'm sure the... Oh, shit. Incoming! Not again! Incoming! Turn hard! Who's in charge of this line now? The UNT? God damn it. They're severely damaged battleship. Get over here, you more easily replaceable battleships. Damn it. Damn it, that's another flash fire. Turn, damn it, turn! Where are you guys? I need you over here now. Form back up. I need you guys together. You, Zhang Matang, you are severely damaged. You are going to escort the Challange. Get over there and get it done. How much armor do you have on your magazines? Only 10 inches, yep. That would be why she detonated. Also, I think she's using putrid acid. No, she is using TNT. Try to position yourselves between them in the battle. Well, you're all battleships, but try to position yourselves between them and him. Switch over to your armor-piercing ammunition. I'm going to transfer you to the other one. I need these guys going as fast as they can go. Still have torpedoes, you do still have torpedoes. Open fire. Oh, Jesus Christ, the Sahara just took a massive hit. Oh, she's going down. I think that's the first Nexa Vita class that we've lost. Damn, even with light shells they were able to do that. To be fair, we are basically point-blank range, so honestly, it doesn't matter what shell type they're using. It's gonna do quite a bit of damage. Yeah, we just lost the Wishang. You really shouldn't be going that way. Like, you really shouldn't be sailing towards the enemy. This way is a lot safer. Annoying that these light cruisers are going to get away. And annoying that this is now basically a giant-ass paperweight. Five-inch guns can't even do anything right now at the moment. So we lost 2 Nexo Vita class. Not doing too well on much else. Yeah, the Germans are definitely proving to be a lot scarier than I would have imagined. Knew sending these guys out early without waiting for their support, the rest of their battle squadron to be built was a bad idea, but I figured with the reputation the Nexo Vita class was building, they'd be fine. Oh, we found the limits. And these heavy cruisers are definitely proving to be a lot more effective than I would have thought. Especially against an armada of only battleships. It's their speed plus their guns that makes them deadly. I'll have to make a refit to the Nexo Vita class for a more heavy armored variant. See, is it turn this way or no? I got a hard turn it the other way. That's how it works. Hard turn it the other way, and that should hopefully get the 5-inch guns leveled out enough to be able to defend itself. Okay, they're leveled out now. What, the 2-inch? Yep, it's a 2-inch and the 5-inch are firing. Not at the right target though, but that's more because that target is currently smoked. And the MT has suffered major damage. The Ming Tang is barely functional. We're probably going to lose this entire squadron. And the Ming Tang is flooding hard. We haven't even managed to take out more than one of these heavy cruisers. Yeah, this is a lost battle. We'll see what it gives us. Yeah. The Matang somehow survived, but yeah, we did not win that. Denmark wants an Artaxi class, sure. Argentina wants an Nexo Vita class, sure. Well, there goes all those boats. At least the Flutter and the Uofan are being commissioned. They'll be ready for combat soon. The 80 is almost back in the fight. A little bit longer before these guys have managed to secure this region. Very least, we're finally taking the fight to the Germans. Which should at least start pushing the war in our favor. Which it is. We just gained some bit of territory. Oh yeah, we gained the Bismarck Archipelago. German New Guinea. They have deployed some ships over here, so I am concerned about that. I think we can put the Onyx 2 back on construction order. Yeah. That naval invasion should eventually wrap up, hopefully. Yeah. Have to hope that this wraps up soon, so then we can send a fleet over to deal with that. Because I no longer have an available fleet for that. Actually, I do have one ship that would be available, the Nelvin, but she has to... how much tonnage do we need? 23,000? 28,000? She needs refitting is the problem. I definitely can't afford the space for that right now. I'd rather not lose it in a battle. In a sacrificial battle. Why is it... why did it spawn there? You want an Alice Clasher. Get over there. It's gonna delay that invasion. Alright, one more turn on that. Then Java will be ours. Where is the main German fleet? They are sending a battle cruiser and some heavy cruisers, along with another battle cruiser. Doesn't look like they're sending much, though, in terms of naval strength. See, do they have any other islands over here I need to worry about? No. Oh, no, they do have... They do have this. The Marshall Islands. I'll have to send a squadron to secure it. Go secure the Marshall Islands. It'll be a nice base to own. Help further project our power into the Pacific. There's some of my transports gone. Corrupt Armor 4 has been researched. Wet Heat Propulsion. We've gained Java. Redeploy you to go take this island over here from the Dutch. Yeah, they do got a fleet that they are attempting to assemble. I'm guessing they're sending these ships up here to try and secure the bay, but we are about to secure the bay. So they won't have much in terms of that going on. How are you guys doing on progressing towards the Marshall Islands? You're going to take a while to get there. Anyway, how goes the invasion? 3 more turns. More of my transports have been attacked. One of the enemy battle cruisers has arrived. They're going up against one of my most modern squadrons. I'm sure this will go well for them. I'm kind of scared because I've seen what their fucking, what their heavy cruisers are. Oh yeah, I forgot we have the Solar 2 in this squadron. Yeah, this is a squadron made up of, modern and a lot of older vessels. You are both no. I'm pretty sure this has, yeah, there are 2 next ships in this squadron. So you go over there, and you go over there, and you guys screen. And you guys start operating on your own. Avena class, you like a max cruising speed of 15. And you want a max cruising speed of 13. Use your armor-piercing rounds, please. I don't want you to fucking fire at that thing and then basically do no damage. Unfortunately, the Avena class is using Mark 1 13s, which ain't great. Means accuracy and damage are going to be lower than the Mark II ones that we have on I think the Onyx. At the very least, we got a lot of ships with a lot of firepower. Let's take a look at this thing. It is a bit terrifying. It's equipped with 10-inch guns, 8.2-inch guns, torpedo. She's got corrupt. Where's her armor? She's got corrupt 2 actually, so she's a lot more lightly armored than her heavy cruiser counterparts. That would explain why she's taking so much damage. Oh, managed to land on our hit. First true proper engagement of the German Navy. Kriegsmarine will not survive this war intact. If they're gonna send their ships piecemeal, we're gonna respond with overwhelming force of arms and battleships. Overwhelming force of arms and battleships. Kind of wish I had done the side mounts on this, on the Havana class, like I did with the a lot of the other ones, but it's fine with the flat deck. Oh, we got some flooding. It's your time to shine, boys. Get in there. Loosen up that formation. Forward 2 compartments flooded. One of her funnels are damaged, and now she's suffering more flooding. Yeah, this is the moment for the next Evita class to close in for the kill. In battle, in our moment of triumph. I think you overestimated their chances there, game. What kind of shells are they using? They are using heavy shells. Showering them in fucking hellfire. Yeah, should have brought some of those heavy cruisers. Yeah, now shouldn't you? You guys want a Walmart class battleship? Sure, Argentina. Did I take control? Oh yeah, I took control of the bay here. Position you guys out here so then you can block these guys trying to come in. You guys are missing the Onyx class, aren't you? Yeah, because you're all outdated ships other than the Nexovita. And the Brewskis. And the Lindens are kind of fairly updated. Alright, so I'm going to dispatch you guys to the Southeast Sea just to try and get rid of it. Just to clear that out. Let's see. No, we have a survivor of that battle. Yeah, the Zhang Matang. The last of the Nexovitas that were in that squadron. The one that all perished. Good thing that they're not too long, that they don't take too long to build, but yeah, now we need another Onyx class vessel to offset the loss of that, along with a couple more Nexovita class. We can build 2 more. These guys assigned to Port Intention. You guys need refitting, that's why you're still there. Gonna be a bit on that. Alright. I'm a little bit annoyed that the Onyx and the Nexovita, well, more the Onyx, but the Nexovita is already in need of a refit. More because we got more technology that would help it out quite a bit in its role as the anti-submarine and fast attack patrol vessel. Yeah, her engine efficiency isn't that great, but there we go. That fixed that. Give her shaft 2. Immediately upgrade to electric 2 steering. Corvette 4. Corrupt 4. Triple the hull. Already have reinforced bulkheads. Already has Dunite. 2 powder. Honestly, it can just be an 18-inch torpedo. I don't want it exploding. Electrical turret. You already have hydro. Conic 5 rangefinder. Alright, we're gonna upgrade these to 12 inches. Never mind. 10 inches is the max on a 9-inch cap. However, we can get a little bit more, squeeze a little bit more armor out of it. Give it some 2-inch casemate guns in a few places where they can fit. That way then we have a little extra protection. Ain't much, but it's a little extra protection. Can we push 28 knots? Nope, 26 is still the best we can do. Well, 15 inches on the belts. 3 inches on the inner armor. 10 for the deck. 6 and 6. We are going to remove the forward torpedo launcher just to make her less susceptible to getting blown apart and easily flooded in her forward compartment. That's about all I can do to her to get her some extra punch. Like, she already has a lot of guns. She has more than enough guns to deal with targets. I guess I could give her capped ballistic to give her 9 inches a little bit more armor penetration. Although, to be fair, I can just increase the length on the barrels a little bit. I'll increase them to 4%. That should not do too much to the reload, while also giving them a little bit more range. Yeah, that should be a fine upgrade to the next Avita class. We won't be seeing this until after the war. Well, except on new ones I build and then can get those ones refitted quickly. These, as for the ones that are currently serving in the war, they aren't going to be seeing this upgrade for a while. As for the Onyx class, considering both of them got blown up, I might as well make a refit of that one. Since both of them got blown up due to torpedo damage and just the magazine cooking off, which means that 10 inches no longer qualifies as a decent amount of armor on the barbette. Alright, so let's see here. Well, all the guns instantly got upgraded. Can't have these on top of little caps anymore. Upgrade to gas turbines. Get us a little extra space. Oh yeah, I forgot. Oh wait, no, I did upgrade it to Krupp 4. Can we get triple hull? We can get triple hull. Dunite, tube powder, advanced hydraulic turrets. We're purging these side-mounted torpedo launchers I saw she was equipped with. Or at the very least, we're getting rid of the one in the front. We'll keep the one in the back. This one here goes too. Do not need all that much in terms of torpedo launchers. Reduced ammo. Stereoscopic rangefinder 4 upgrade. Yeah, that's gonna be where the problem lies. Upgrading her barbettes to 14 inches. Upgrade the turret caps to 12 inches. I think it's fine for the rest of the armor. Because I didn't need to cut back on the range that much. Yeah, she can have some range back. Yeah, as far as I know, the problem with gas turbine... Oh yeah, I forgot to swap out for semi-oil, too. That'll save on weight and increase range. Probably should have done that on the next Vita. Fuck. Every time. Every time I go to do the refit, it's like, fuck. I forgot one thing. One critical, crucial thing. Anyway, yeah. Refit that. That'll make the Onyx class a lot more deadly. So the next Vita and the Onyx both have wartime refits to do. The Germans are sending forces to try and protect their assets. We are slowly... Dutch Harbor. Where the fuck is Dutch Harbor? Where the fuck are you getting your supplies from? Oh wait, no, Dutch Harbor's up here. Really? That's closer than, Actually, yeah, that is definitely closer than San Diego now that I've zoomed out. Thankfully, we've now saved up quite a bit of money, so we do have some spare money reserves for, incidences. Mostly with the French. Oh, not gonna threaten the United States. Oh, hey, enemy transports. First time that we're sinking enemy transports, even though we've blockaded quite a bit of their fucking territory that's over here. At the very least, we're finally taking this final island, the Moluccas. Moluccas Islands. And German New Guinea shouldn't be too far behind either because they aren't really defending it. Politics, naval invasion, the Marshall Islands, because those are... I'm going to forget about them if I don't. And now there is an enemy battleship. Where the fuck did you come from? You shouldn't be there. What are you? You're an Alice-class battleship. Oh yeah, you're the guys that were gonna be with the boat that I was... the fleet that I sent out. That went and got murdered. I'm gonna get you guys refitted. Enemy battlecruiser, really? Don't know where the fuck that was. Oh, we have control of New Guinea. Oh, that's where that battlecruiser is. Why didn't... I swear, sometimes this game and it's... where it engages enemy targets is ridiculous. But anyway, we have almost managed to push the Germans out of the Pacific. And they are actually fleeing from the Pacific. Where the fuck are you guys going? Get the fuck back here. Where the fuck are you guys going in such a hurry? Fucking assholes. Alright, the Zhangmatang is going to head up to Tianjin to go join up with the remains of its fleet. The Nalvin's also going to go and join up with them. Become part of their fleet. When I eventually refit it. Yeah, the Germans, I guess, decided to withdraw their... Oh, Jesus. They lost a lot of ships. Who have they been losing ships to? Oh, the French. And the Austro-Hungarians. Oh yeah, I forgot. We're allied with the Austro-Hungarians, so we are helping them defend against the fucking joint invasion from Germany and Britain. We ain't helping them on this one, though. That one we're not helping with. That one we're helping with. That one not so much. That's more because we're not at war with the British. And I don't plan to go to war with the British. The Soviets managed to capture eastern Denmark. Don't tell me that means that Denmark ditched me. Nope, they're still here. Don't know how they managed to take that, but that's on you, Denmark. You didn't deploy your battleships. Thankfully, northern Norway managed to stay under Swedish control. Yeah, I'm kind of glad that the Germans aren't trying to murder my other allies. Yeah, this is the current state of the world. The German Kriegsmarine is fleeing because they realized that we have a lot of battleships. And I mean a lot of battleships. So they realized that maybe, just maybe, trying to fight an entire navy of battleships isn't a good idea when you only have 2 of your own battleships and a handful of battle cruisers. Like, originally, I was fucking terrified of them. They had, like... We're gonna drop a save here. Alright, so we're gonna look at the German Navy. They went from having not only the largest navy in the world, but also the most battleships and battle cruisers of anyone other than me. And somehow, they no longer have even a quarter of what they had. Where did it all go? Did the war with... France is also very low on ships, so I'm guessing that the war with the French and the Austro-Hungarians has bled the Germans dry. So what was meant to be a cool, epic showdown with the Germans turned out to be just getting our fucking asses handed to us by the Dutch. And scaring off the Kriegsmarine after sinking a couple of their boats. More than likely, we'll be remaining in a state of war with the Germans for a bit while the Austro-Hungarians try to sort out their war. I don't think the Austro-Hungarians are long for this world. They're a nice ally to have. Unfortunately, they are very much going to die. Very painful death. Anyway, let me wrap things up here, because it's time for me to wrap things up. Hope you all enjoyed today's stream. Don't forget to check out the Discord if you want to stay up to date with all the shit that goes on. Know when I go live, chat with me off stream, or just to vote on the poll that I'm going to be hosting later to determine what the fuck I am going to be streaming as well. Don't forget to check out the YouTube channel for all the VODs that get uploaded Friday through Monday, same time every week, unless I forget about it. And don't forget to check out the Blue Sky to have another way of knowing when I go live. Once again, thank you for everyone that stopped in for today's stream. Hope you all enjoyed. Hope to see you all next time. Enjoy the person I'm sending all off to. Goodbye, good morning, whatever time it is for you. Have a nice rest of your day.